Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. Right now we're looking at a chart of the gold futures. As you can see, we have broken out since the prior day's close. We have a nice run up here in the gold. We hit a high of 1579.70 in the futures contract. Right now we're at 1574.30. As it stands right now, we have we're up about 19 bucks. We have a rising window occurrence, and this is where the top of the previous shadow is below the bottom of the current shadow, and this usually implies a continuation of a bullish trend. As you can see, we're trading above the Kumo cloud here, and we're trading above the long-term support, which is down here at the 1360 level. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. We're probably going to continue to make a strong push here. Right now we have a post-scan reading of 34, and as you know, anything 39 or above is considered overbought, and we start to look for turning points at that point in time. But right now the trend channel is up and strengthening, so we're looking good right here on the gold. We have our weekly resistance is at 1514.80, which we're well above that, and support is at 1478. So we're doing pretty good there. Intraday support is at 1563.8, and our intraday resistance is 1580.4. So we'll look and see what happens with that. As far as our 12 to 8, actually let's go with the 12 to 18 month price projections. On the upside, we have a target of $2,003.8, and we have a 24 month outlook is around 24.27. As for volatility, we did close above the upper band by 0.6%, and this combined with the steep down trend suggests that the downtrend chances in prices has a good chance of continuing, and we should continue to pull back inside of our bands before we continue to track higher. So we don't see a straight up shoot here. We see a breakout reaction, then a pullback, and then a breakout again. So we see the pattern of going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back. We see that continuing within the next couple weeks. So that's the. Taking a look now at the silver. Silver's chart is a little bit different. As you can see, we're trading below the Kumo cloud, and we're bouncing off the long-term trend line support. So if we're really going to get a bounce here, then we need it to start happening. If not, we're in jeopardy of testing the support again. We first hit it here, tested it here, didn't break. So technically we should be able to get a bounce here, but we'll have to watch and see. Right now we're up about 3.74%, up about $1.33 right now on the silver. Right now we have a pulse scan reading of 31, so we still have more upside to go before we hit an overbought area. We're probably going to bounce off the Kumo cloud here for resistance right here at the bottom of the cloud. That would put us at around $38.60, somewhere around there. That's about $38.60 roughly. We might even be able to get, no, I'm gonna say $38.60. That's probably where we're gonna start to get some major resistance at. So we just have to watch this one and see where we go from here. But right now, being that we're above 29, we are starting to hit some resistance at this price now, because we have a post scan reading of 29. So our price projections on this one for the next 12 months, basically we're looking to see if we can first start trending again. Until then, we still see sideways to lower price action. Intraday resistance is at 37.12, and support is around 35.96. And we have our weekly resistance at 36.95, and our weekly support at 34.81. We did manage to get right above that 36.95 level now, so we've broken the resistance. We just need to see if we can get a close there. We really need to close above the 36.95 to set the stage for a run at the bottom of the Kumo cloud, or at least try to get back somewhere within the Kumo cloud. So still a long way to go in the silver market before we see any major changes here. All right, taking a look now at the U.S. dollar index. Right now we have a pulse scan reading of 12, and we're in an up channel right now. Last couple of days we see this spike top here, which is a pretty bearish sign right now. So we expect prices to continue to fall here and to get back around this support area here and break that, and then retest this support here, and we see it continuing breaking down in the U.S. dollar. So only looking to short any type of rally here in the U.S. dollar. Taking a look at where we are now, we're currently trading below the pulse wave cycle trend line retracement of 78.79, and we're below the long-term trend line retracement up here, this purple line here, at 77.55. So the market is bearish. And as far as intraday resistance, we have 76.48, and we got as high as 76.45, and we have intraday support at 75.83. We did not take that out yet, but we did test it and got as low as 75.86. We do anticipate that the intraday support is going to be taken out, and we see continued weakness as we start to accelerate around 75.36. Once we break 75.36, we expect the U.S. dollar index futures contract to accelerate its downward move, and we have a long way to go in that particular market. As far as volatility, we closed below the upper band by 23.2%, and we see that right now it has a steep uptrend channel right here. As you see, this is pretty steep, and that suggests that the upward trend in prices has a good chance of continuing. However, a short-term pullback inside the bands is likely. So we see that coming, but in this situation I see it's breaking below the beginning of the making of a bearish Kumo cloud here. So that's where we stand on the US dollar index. Right now, bullishness because we're above the Kumo cloud but below the long-term trend line. So the overall trend is bearish, but we're bullish intermediate, meaning that we're experiencing a correction off of the recent lows. Okay. So we'll see what that does. Okay, taking a look now at the petrodollar crude oil futures. All right, right now we have some weakness coming into the market after a spike up run above yesterday's high. We have a long upper shadow occurrence, and this is typically a bearish signal, particularly when it occurs near a high price level at resistance, which we saw yesterday. And we also have a spinning top, and that's where in a trading session which there is little price action as defined by the difference between the open and the close. And during a rally or near new highs, a spinning top can be a sign that prices are losing their upward momentum and that the bulls may be in trouble. So as you can see, we had a bullish upward channel here, then a break of that channel, then a blowout right here, trying to get back above this resistance level. All right, and it's running out of steam. Okay, so that's basically what that's saying. We have a pulse scan reading of 22.19. We're in a downtrend channel now. As of today's trading right now, we're setting up the first beginnings of a downtrend channel, and we'd expect that channel to go this way, back toward the $89 a barrel. So that is our projection there. Looking at our intraday support is at 96.46. We got as low as 96.53, so we tested it and bounced, but right now we're in jeopardy of running back down there again. Intraday resistance is at 98.03. We hit 97.96 so far. So again, trading inside of support and resistance and not going anywhere just yet. Weekly resistance is at 99.42, and weekly support is at 93.55. So that's where we are on the crude oil. Again, we're bearish, trading below the Kumo cloud and just slightly above the long-term support line here, which we broke a few days back. Now looking to retest that again and should collapse right through it. So that's what we're looking at on crude oil. Alright, taking a quick look at the euro. The euro right now, we have an engulfing bullish line occurrence, and this is where the upward momentum is completely containing the previous downward momentum's real body, and the engulfing bullish pattern is bullish during a downtrend, which appears to be the case with this euro, and it then signifies that the momentum may be shifting from the bears back over to the bulls. In other words, wanting to create another upward channel like we did here. Okay, and this will be the beginning stages of that. In addition to that, the engulfing bullish pattern occurs during an uptrend. To test to see if this is the case, we have to wait and see if we close below the top of the current candle. So we need to have a nice strong close today on the euro, which will set the stage for another run back up here to test the bottom of the Kumo cloud. Okay, we have a negative 22 reading on the pulse scan, and we've been in a downtrend channel for the last 4 trading sessions. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have seen a price decrease of 2.05% since the beginning of that down channel. Currently, we're going to have resistance above 141 and support at the 139 level, and right now we're right in between that. So we're at the crossroads. I think we're going to try to retrace and test the overnight lows before we resume our upward momentum rally here in the euro. Okay. All right, and finally looking at the Nasdaq. The euro, of course, leads the U.S. stock market, so we see a similar situation here. We do have a rally alert in place for the Nasdaq futures contract. Depending on how we move today and where we close at, this rally alert will extend into tomorrow. So between today and tomorrow, we should see a nice rally in the Nasdaq as we are touching here, bouncing off this Kumo support right here. We're above the long-term trendline support and above the Kumo cloud. So we should see, now that we've pulled back from the overbought levels, we should be building a nice base of support here to bounce and rally again in the U.S. stock market. Okay. As of right now, the Nasdaq is up about 11 points at 23.55. Technically speaking, as far as a trending thing, we know that the pattern, we're in a bullish pattern, but we have not been hitting higher highs and higher lows per se. We did hit a new high here, but then we stopped and pulled back after this long lasting decline here. Okay, so we're in essence range bound until we can get back out and close above this high here. Okay, intraday resistance is at 23.67 and support is at 23.36. Our weekly resistance is at 24.21 and our weekly support is at 21.91. Okay, 12 to 18 month price outlook. Our target is for 31.58 in the Nasdaq within the next 12 to 18 months. Okay. As for volatility, we closed below the upper band by 29.2%, and we expect the upward trend in prices to continue after this pullback phase is completed. Thanks for tuning in to the Vulcan Report. Remember, take what you can and give nothing back.